Guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to be talking about a book that's very close to my heart for two reasons. One, because it's been very beneficial in my life, but most importantly because it was given to someone who is a very close friend of mine. So the book that I'm going to be talking about today is The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. I will put a link in the description below, and yeah, so let me get started on that. Before I do though, please do like, share and subscribe if you find these videos helpful, which I hope you do. If you have any questions, please do feel free to ask me. Cool. So The Language of Letting Go is basically a book of daily meditations that are helpful in regards to overcoming certain problems that we may have in our lives, day-to-day problems basically. Obviously, I'm not going to go through all of them because that would be 365 daily meditations for me to take you through, and it would be a very long video. But what I would like to do is I would like to talk to you about basically the things that I found beneficial from this book thus far, and only a few of them I found a lot beneficial from this book, and how this could potentially benefit you as well. So to start with, I'd like to talk about routine. So routine is really important in regards to staying mentally, physically and spiritually healthy. Yes, there is benefit to chaos in terms of creativity, like allowing people to be free in that state, but routine allows us to really become more creative to a certain extent, because it sets certain boundaries for us to be creative within. If we're just kind of all over the place, things can get quite messy. So yeah, routine is really helpful and has been really helpful for me, and it's been reminded, I've been reminded of it through this book in regards to having certain parts of my day that allow me to stay mentally healthy, mentally sharp, physically healthy, and the lack of routine is a signal to me that bad things are coming, basically. It might not be straight away, but in one form or another, things start to fall apart a little bit. So routine is really beneficial. You may get to a point where routine just becomes part of your everyday life. Well, that's great. I mean, that's the ideal place that you want it to get to. But until then, make sure that you're consciously trying to build in that routine. A really interesting point that she mentions here is about maintaining routine in adverse conditions. It's really easy to maintain routine when everything's going right. Basically, oh, life's great, the sun's shining. I don't know, your girlfriend just bought you your favorite video game, whatever it might be. Life's great. Yeah, I can maintain a routine. Yeah, of course I can brush my teeth. Yeah, okay, of course I can go do like 30 press ups. Okay, yeah, of course I can do that. But how about those days when things aren't going so great? Yeah, and that's really when we need to be doing our routine the most. Yeah, and it's when we feel like we want to do it the least. And what we need to do in these situations is we need to detach to a certain extent from these emotions that we're feeling when things aren't going so well, and we need to make sure that those routines that we were doing when days were great, it is our highest priority that we continue to do them when our days aren't going so great. Okay, that's when we are being tested. Okay, so it's not a test to see whether you can maintain a routine when everything is going right. Let me be a bit more fair with that. Of course it is still a test, okay? It's not as much of a test. But when we are able to do it, when we are able to do it in adverse conditions, we allow that routine to become even deeper rooted into ourselves, okay? And it becomes more of who we are now, not just what we do. So being able to continue to do our routines that we were doing in great situations, in adverse situations, will bring you massive benefits. So try your best to do that. The next thing is to allow life to flow. Okay, there are going to be great days, there are going to be terrible days. There are going to be happiness. There's going to be a lot of happiness. There's going to be a lot of sadness. Allowing it to flow through you. It's something that I'm really trying to accept in my own life, and it's something that I am coming to accept because I'm actively trying to make it part of my life each and every day. You will receive a lot of benefit from doing it, so I suggest that you have a look into it as well. And one particular thing that I suggest you look into is mindfulness. There's a lot of free content out there that's going to be very beneficial for you, so I suggest you have a look into it. It'll be really great for you to be accepting of the flow of life. The next thing is to accept that change takes time. If you are around about my age, maybe a bit younger, maybe a little bit older, you may not have come to the acceptance yet that change takes time, that things in general take time. The earlier we can accept this, the earlier we can accept this, we are more likely to separate ourselves from suffering, and we are also more likely to actually improve at a quicker and healthier pace. So acceptance that things take time basically is a sign of maturity, basically, and not like, oh, I'm more mature than you, but more like, I know how to care for myself now. Basically that. I know how to care for myself now. And caring basically means doing those actions that you need to do to improve, because that's caring for yourself, but also psychologically giving yourself love by saying to yourself, this will take time, and I care for myself, so I'm going to allow myself that time to improve. Cool. It's been an absolute pleasure. And like I said, The Language of Letting Go is an amazing book. And it's just full of value, basically. Those things that I mentioned just now were only 3 or 4 of the things that I've learned from this book, and I've learned many, many, many things from it. So please do check it out. I think you'll find it very beneficial. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. And please do let as many people as you know about these videos, because I'm trying to help as many people as possible. Cool. Take care. Bye-bye.